Hello, everyone. Danny here from Simply Do It, and I want to talk about an exciting opportunity that we are finally ready to let you know about. We've been working on this for several months, and finally, we are ready to tell you. This is very exciting, and I'm going to talk about the details. I want to kind of tell you what's going on, what are the benefits, what are the challenges always, and what are many times we hear from you that may bring up create some sort of a blockage in your mind when you're thinking about Florida. So let me start by saying we are finally finished negotiating and talking to a mid-sized builder that builds new houses, new single-family homes in different parts of Florida. This builder is going through some business transition, and they are actually offloading properties that they own for their own portfolio, properties that they were actually looking to hold for many years. But things are changed for good, not for bad. This is not a negative situation. They're actually having a very positive thing happening in their business life, and they are liquidating some of the properties that they have. And they reach out to us, hoping that we can help facilitate some of those transactions. So we're talking about, first of all, about Florida. We're talking about um, primarily three parts of Florida: Ocala, which is near Orlando; Cape Coral, which is southwest Florida; and Northport, which is kind of in between Tampa and Cape Coral. It's about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours south of Tampa. Those are all brand new from the builder, occupied or tenant occupied as we speak, or some of them are being released, and some of them are being leased as we speak. When I say brand new, I mean 2023 built, 2024 built. So those are about maybe 1 to 2 years old. Actually, fewer even still under construction, and we should be ready in the coming weeks. And you can buy them directly from the seller, um, tenant occupied, good market rents, or at market rents, maybe even a little bit above market rents, all done with a build to rent concept or spec in mind. When we say build to rent, that means more attention on the materials that are being used, knowing this is going to be a rental, and that is going to help you reduce costs when there's a tenant turnover. So mostly tiles and not even hardwood flooring, and stronger paint, etc. Those are 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 2-car garage. Like I said, all one level, scattered in different areas. So when I say Ocala, different parts of Ocala, well, actually very concentrated in one big neighborhood, but it's scattered. It's not like your community that you can buy houses one next to each other. It's more what we call scattered lots. The pricing is, I think, one of the most exciting things here, because the builder is giving us, as a buying power, giving you discounts on those prices. So I'll give you one example. In Ocala, we have a property that, for Simply Doing Investor, is going to go for 295,000. It's a 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, just about 1,800 square feet occupied with a tenant, right? So for 295, the an identical property was closed in January of 2025. So that means 3 months ago, for 335, right? So in this example, it's a $40,000, right? $40,000 below actual closing that took place 3 months ago. So that gives you an indication of the potential upside that we're getting here. Some of the other regions, not the Ocala, but some of the other locations, we may be able to get even a higher equity or higher gap than below market value. And when I say below market value, our comparison is either recent appraisals that were done on similar identical properties in the area, and or actual contracts, actual purchases. So so that gives you the indication. Now, let me talk to you about Florida, because I know that kind of Florida is one of those states that generating reactions, right? Some people really love it, some people love it, but they're afraid of the insurance. I want to talk about that and the insurance as well. So Florida, if you're not aware of it, is probably, I don't know if it's the top one, but it's been in the past 4, 5, 6 years at the top five. Every year, the top five state in the country that people are migrating to. So Florida has been at the top, consistently at the top, and it's not surprising, as an in-migration state, right? So for us investors, this is very beneficial because we keep getting, buyers and renters coming into the state, right? That's one of the reasons Florida has been having a hard time to catching up with the demand for housing in the past few years. Florida has a no state income tax, so that's one of the reasons it's attractive. It has a very strong economy. Tourism is one of it, but it's not just tourism. There are other economies or other things, industries present. So it's not just tourism, although tourism is very big because all the waterways, you got the ocean on one side, you got the Gulf of Mexico on the other, you got the Keys, you got ports, you got multiple ports in Florida, and so on. So Florida is very strong with migration, very strong with economy and jobs and quality of life and low cost of living relatively. And not a lot of people do understand that, because but I've done about less than a year ago a presentation for a European company who asked me to research and present to their followers, to their audience, some what makes Florida so unique and so special. And one of the things that I concluded during that, beyond everything that I just told you, is that Florida is really one of those states that, on one hand, it's still on the East Coast. It really benefits from no state income tax. A lot of people, cost of living is low. So a lot of people that are migrating to Florida, in their mind, they're saying, I'm still on the East Coast. I'm close to New York, a few hours, 2 hour flight or something like that, and other parts of the East Coast, which are the million, the majority of the US, it lives, on the kind of on that East Coast. So a lot of people that are considering, where should I go to when I want to migrate for a better life, more cheaper real estate, lower cost of living, quality of life, great weather year round, of course. Florida usually becomes one of those, if not the only name that comes up, or definitely a top consideration, right? It's not the only state, but it's definitely benefiting from being on the East Coast and all the other things that I've mentioned. So Florida is strong, and I think has very strong future appreciation value as well. Now let's talk about why people are always intimidated by Florida, and I'll share a little bit my personal experience as well as what we've done as part of preparation for this transaction, that I'm talking about in this video. A lot of people get the immediate reaction that, oh, Florida, insurance is crazy expensive. You know what? I don't know when was the last time you shopped for insurance in Florida, but I own in Florida. I've I've owned for 20 years at least, if not, probably 20 years, and in more than one location. And I've had over the years, I sold, I've owned, etc. First of all, before you jump into conclusion, I challenge you, we'll give you an address if you want, shop for insurance, right? First of all. Second, for my own personal experience, every time I shop for insurance, I anticipate a crazy number. And in most cases, it may have gone, a little bit than last year, but nothing crazy and nothing that will actually kill the deal. Third, you have to understand that in Florida, every region is different, right? If you're a little bit closer to the Gulf of Mexico or on the Gulf of Mexico, you're probably going to have different rate than if you are a few miles in. So keep in mind, there is a difference when you're inland and out there. And by the way, also depends on a few other factors. For example, the fact that you own a brand new property helps reduce the cost. The fact that your roof age, which is one of the big ticket items in an insurance policy, is only 2 years old, definitely helps the fact you lower your rate. When we were shopping in all those regions for an insurance cost for you guys, before as we were putting this deal together, the insurance agent came back to us with quotes that I was like, something is off. That's way too cheap. We went back. We asked them to re-review. We challenged their quotes, and they came back and said, listen, we agree. we have done our own double check because we saw how low it is, and now you can benefit from that as well. By the way, part of what we're trying to do with this deal here is to go to some of our providers, like the mortgage company that we work with, and the insurance provider that we work with, and even title and escrow, and ask them to create some sort of a additional discount, because there are a lot of similarities between those properties and transactions and numbers, etc. So on the top of everything, we were able to get additional discounts to you guys with mortgage. If you choose to use the guy that the company that we work with, you don't have to. Additional few discounts with the mortgage, with the insurance company, and with title and escrow. You're not obligated to use those service providers. It's just something that if we can harvest our buying power to your benefit, why wouldn't we do that? So we got great houses, tenant occupied, brand new or 1 to 2 years old, occupied from day one, built to a higher standard than the market standard, higher standard to market standard, both design and building materials and elements. You can enjoy from cash flow from day one in a growing state, in a good neighborhoods, in good areas, with equity. So when we are talking about deals, or when I speak to you guys, those are the things that usually come up. I want low vacancy. I want equity if I can. I want appreciating market. I would prefer brand new property if possible. That comes a lot, the conversations. Rarely do we're able to get all of them in one deal. This is this example, right? And if you are, for some reason, hesitant about Florida because you hear the stories, I challenge you, go shop for insurance. You know what? Shop for insurance. Don't even talk to me about it. Go shop for insurance. By all means, get in touch with us. See what's available. There are multiple houses available under this, opportunity, or this relationship that we're able to establish. Let us know if we're interested. We will walk you through, help you determine where to buy, what to buy, etc. And hopefully we hear from you soon. If you are on your spring break, have a terrific time. And I suggest, if you want some break from the family vacation to do really important stuff, give us a call. Let's talk about this opportunity in Florida. Thanks for taking the time. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Enjoy your vacation. Bye-bye.